Today, we are going to continue learning how to find perimeter and area. Hello everyone and welcome to this very special lesson of finding perimeter and area in rectangular figures. So we'll start off by remembering what is perimeter. So for rectangles, we can think of perimeter as measuring the length along the entire outside of the figure. And since perimeter is the outside length of the figure, area is going to be all the space covered inside the figure, as you can see. And we measure areas in square units. So on a rectangular football field, we can think of perimeter as how many footsteps it will take you to walk around the entire outside length of the field. While area will be like finding the entire number of square feet that will have to be covered to mow the grass. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a shot of finding the perimeter of a rectangle with a length of 4 centimeters and a height of 3 centimeters. Now you know that the opposite sides of the rectangle are the same length. So I'm going to go ahead and label that, and now I'm totally ready to find the perimeter of this rectangle. Now I can visualize this by imagining taking the two widths all 3 centimeters long, as well as the two lengths that are all 4 centimeters long, and adding them all together. 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4, which will give us a perimeter that is equal to 14 centimeters, the sum of all the sides of the rectangle. And the cool thing is that this works for any rectangle. So we're going to say that perimeter for any rectangular figure is equal to the sum of all the sides. All that means is that you take all the sides and you add them up. What if I wanted to find the area of this figure? Now the width of this rectangle is 3 centimeters. So let's visualize cutting this into 3 equal parts horizontally, 1 centimeter each. Then the length is 4 centimeters long. So we can imagine cutting this vertically into 4 different sections that are also 1 centimeter each. And this creates those square units that we've been talking about. And now we can just count them up to find the area. In this case, this rectangle has 12 square centimeter area. Now you notice that the length of 4 centimeters and the width of 3 centimeters when multiplied together 4 times 3 is equal to 12, which was our area. And this is cool because this rule is going to apply to find the area of any rectangular figure. And we can say that the area is going to be equal to length times width. Okay, so now that we know how to find perimeter and area of any rectangle, what we're going to do is we're going to practice doing that in our math book. We are going to go to page 310 of our math book, and there we are going to be finding perimeter and area of each of these figures. Okay, now you need to remember to include the correct units in your answers, okay? As far as I can see, the units here are centimeters because it says so here. And now in the area is in square centimeters because when you find the area of a shape, it's always going to be the square units. It doesn't matter what unit it is. If it's inches, then it's going to be square inches. If the unit is meter, it's going to be square meters. Okay, but in this case, it's centimeters. So it's going to be square centimeters. Okay, every time you find the area. Now, in order for me to find the perimeter of this square, I am going to be using my pen so that I can draw tick marks, okay, because it's gonna help me or make it easier for me to count the spaces between or the sides, okay, the spaces in the that are in the sides or the length of the sides and the width, okay. So now that I have my tick marks here, I can clearly see I have three spaces here. So the length of this side is 3 centimeters. Okay. And on this side also, 1, 2, and 3 is 3 centimeters. Now, if I know that this is 3 centimeters, the one on the bottom is also going to be 3. And if I know that the width is 3, I also know that this side will also be 3 because they are the same length. All right. Now, perimeter is to add all the sides together. Okay, so what I have to do is to add 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which will give me a total of 3 plus 3 equals 6, 3 plus 3 equals 6, and 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. So this is going to give me a perimeter of 12 centimeters. Now, to find the area of the same square, I know that this is 3 and I know that the width is 3. What I have to do is to count all the square units that I see inside of the figure, or I can just go ahead and multiply the length with the width, okay? Just two of the sides, not all of the sides, okay? So I'm gonna do both. That way you can see or you can choose any any method that is easier for you to find the area, okay? So I'm just gonna go and choose the first method, which is to count the square units inside of the figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this would be equal to 9 square centimeters. Now if I choose to multiply the length and the width, 3 times 3 equals 9. So it's the same results. So in the end, I'm gonna have 9 square, and I can write it just like that, but abbreviated, centimeters. Another way to write square centimeters would be to write centimeters and put number 2 on top. And that would tell me that this is square centimeters, okay? All right, so now your job is going to be to find the perimeter and the area of all of the other figures in exercises 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, you're going to do this on your own. Remember, perimeter is when you add all the sides together, and area is when you count all of the unit squares inside of the figure, or you can multiply the length times the width of one of the sides. Okay? All right. That being said, I hope that this is good practice for you so that you can do it on your own and that you can do it all good. Okay? With no further ado, this is the end of the class. All right? So I hope to see you soon in our next class. Bye bye.